It's basically talks about the company, and it's only 4 minutes long.
Boost cellular activity using light? With wearable technology like this? No way. But they didn't know this inventor, David Schmidt, Lifewave's founder and CEO, who made what some said was impossible, possible. David's commitment to tap into our natural human energy at the cellular level without drugs or stimulants led to Lifewave being launched in the early 2000s. His mission? To share products with the world that enhance people's health, wellness, beauty, and longevity without drugs. Today, after thousands of clinical studies on light therapy, it's an accepted science, and Lifewave is at the forefront of it all. The big break came in 2004, during the U.S. Olympic trials where elite swimmers under NCAA coaching icon and Lifewave proponent Richard Quick were setting their own lifetime records using Lifewave's energy enhancers. Our first product. The word got out. Controversy, driven by skeptics, followed. But Lifewave was proven to be a safe, non-drug technology. A tidal wave of interest rolled in, of professional athletes, trainers, health practitioners, scientists, as well as everyday people, finding out that things were just better with Lifewave. More energy, more stamina, more enthusiasm for life. But David didn't stop there. He refined the science, inventing new ways to reduce pain, to improve sleep, to get rid of stress, and more, all without drugs. National stories, interviews, celebrity partnerships followed. Then, people in other countries heard of Lifewave's unique products, and the international growth wave began. After all, when you feel great, it shows in any language. And then it happened. You've heard of the Big Bang Theory? Lifewave's Big Bang was no theory, and it changed everything. It was summer 2018. Stem cells and the growing awareness of their ever-increasing value within the human body made headlines across the world. But for more than 10 years, David Schmidt had already been researching our body's aging process and how stem cells could help. He zeroed in on what was possible in activating existing stem cells. And then he figured out how to use Lifewave technology to elevate a copper peptide already proven, with decades of research behind it, to activate stem cells without injections. And the rest is history. X39 was born. When X39 launched in early 2019, the response was stunning. The testimonials flowed in. Today, it has proven to be an invention that has taken the world of health and wellness by storm. And it is changing people's lives everywhere. And Lifewave is growing fast as a result. David says X39 is his best achievement yet. The world is turning to Lifewave. Distribution in more than 100 countries. Over 80 clinical, research, and published studies. More than 100 filed and issued worldwide patents held by David, including over 70 in the field of regenerative science. And zero competition. What's it all mean? If you are hearing about Lifewave for the very first time, you are standing at a crossroads. The opportunity for you to profit from our accelerating growth is now. Will you be among those who take advantage? Lifewave is established, proven, at the start of something big, really big. And you're at the threshold too. You can help people discover how great it feels to feel great again with Lifewave. This is the definition of opportunity. This is Lifewave.
I'll give you one. What was your name again?
Julie.
Jill. So you can put on tomorrow morning, 12 hours on, 12 hours off is how you want to wear it. So for the most part, when we patch people, we either put it on the base of their neck, or we will put it on their belly button. I'll get into the reasons why, but I am going to tell you my story. So I found out about Lifewave from my friend Di. She's in Florida. Prior to talking to her, I was having major issues with my hormones. I didn't know it at the time. All I knew is I didn't feel like myself. I was tired. I had no mental clarity. I was irritable. I couldn't even keep my eyes open after 4 o'clock. And I take care of myself. I'm a trainer. I've always gotten up early and worked for hours. I mean, sometimes 4 a.m. till 8 p.m. at night when I had my fitness studios. Never had any issues with energy. So I went to the doctor, had a about 20 vials of blood pulled, and she said, you're hitting the beginning of menopause. With that, I also found out that my cholesterol was elevated. Now I eat healthy, I exercise often, so this was a big surprise to me. I am 46 years old, so perimenopause, obviously I'm not surprised with, but having elevated cholesterol is due to the perimenopause. So my friend reaches out to me. She says, I have something for you. What do you know about stem cells? I know a lot about it. We've had some tragic things in our family. My brother, at the age of 26, passed of a rare form of brain cancer, and my niece, his only daughter, passed 21 years later of a rare form of cancer that 70-year-old men get. My mom has had breast cancer twice. So for me, that has always been in the back of my mind. I've always kind of had this, I have a headache, I must have brain cancer. Oh my God, my stomach hurts, I wonder if it's my ovaries. You know, your mind always goes to the worst. And so when my boys were born, I had my cord blood banked, and I saved it for both boys so that if, God forbid, something did come up in terms of cancer, I felt like I had an insurance policy. My friend called me about it, and she said, I have a way to activate your own body stem cells from a patch. And I was like, it just didn't make any sense to me, but I said, I'm all in. I went in at the highest rate. I went in at the highest rate that you can go in at. Let me, move my phone, sorry. And so with that, I got the patch about 7 days later. I put the patch on my elbow. I had terrible tendonitis here. This is a totally different thing going on. Terrible tendonitis. I couldn't open up a door. I couldn't vacuum. I couldn't do push-ups anymore. That's part of my job, is to demonstrate different push-ups and different things. Couldn't pick up weights to hand to my clients. Lo and behold, I put the patch on. 10 minutes later, the pain was gone. Doesn't happen to everybody. I am a one-patch wonder, and there aren't many, maybe 1% of us are one-patch wonders. Most people, it can take a week, it can take up to 3 to 6 months. You just have to be patient. So that was my number one thing. The other thing was 3 weeks later, I went for my annual physical. My blood work showed that my cholesterol went down 20 points within 3 weeks. That's not something you can make up. I didn't change anything in my diet. It just dropped because I was using the patch, and the patch takes the inflammation down in your body. The third thing was I started to feel less anxiety. I am a perfectionist. I was planning a party with my sister, and normally when I am planning something, an event, I want everything to be perfect. And I called up my husband as I was driving to New York for the party, and I said, I'm not stressed. This is not normal. He said, oh my God. So these patches are working. Another month and a half later, I looked down and I noticed that my C-section scar was gone. That, I wish I had taken a before picture, because I had an indent, it was purple, the skin was kind of folding over, and I noticed it was gone. I will show you that at the end, you'll be able to see. So that, for me, was all I needed to know. No more pain, I'm back to normal, I'm sleeping like a baby, I have mental clarity through the roof, I'm able to be a better mom and a better wife because I'm not cranky and tired at 4 o'clock. And I just feel like I got my life back. I feel like I have actually more energy at 46 than I did in my 20s and 30s when I was running ragged, doing personal training appointments all day long and having my studios. So that was huge for me. My husband, on the other hand, didn't notice anything for a while. I mean, it could have been weeks, if not maybe a month, that he started to notice some aches and pains were going away. It took about maybe 5 months or so where he noticed his knee pain was gone. And he's bone on bone, he's in construction, he's an electrician, so he's constantly on his knees. His knee pain was gone. So that took him a little while. My mother-in-law had major shoulder pain. She put it on, and she was another one-patch wonder. It went away within minutes of wearing it. So that is kind of what got me excited. And then from then, I started researching, and I started to dive in to figure out, what is this company all about? What is the inventor all about? What do I have my hands on? And I started to get excited every single day as I got to learn more and more about this amazing technology that we have in our hands. So why X39 stem cell activation patch? So the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. Hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging, and at the age of 30, half of your stem cells become inactive. So that's when aging starts to show signs. You may notice that you don't have the energy you once did in your 20s. You may notice signs of maybe some fine lines in your face. 30, you lose half of your stem cells. They're not gone, they just fall asleep, they go dormant. At the age of 60, you pretty much have 1%, maybe 5%. So you will notice if you fall, you will not recover as fast. If you get a bruise or if you cut yourself, wounds don't heal as fast. You don't have the mental clarity you once had. You can't think as sharp as you used to. Stem cells are the only fountain of youth in our body, and stem cells hit every area of our body, our organs, our brain, our muscles and tissues. So it's very important. And if you go to this website that I will show you, it's called Start X39. There is a study, the New England Journal of Medicine put out a study that the more stem cells you have, the more youthful you have. So it's basically, if you have two people next to each other and I'm using X39, I'm the same age as another 46-year-old woman, my actual age will be less than hers because I have the stem cell activating patches reactivating my dormant stem cells. So how does it work? So basically you put it on your body. We are light beings. So if you're outside and there's someone with night vision goggles, you are going to glow red. I know this because I've actually gotten thermography. So thermography is a way for your body to take pictures to see if there's any inflammation going on in your body. And it lights up red in the areas that are most inflamed. And I will make a side note, when I did go for thermography after I started using the patches, I was more inflamed. I had a lot more red going on. And I asked the owner of the thermography business, what is going on? And she, believe it or not, actually does do X39 as well. She's part of the stem cell community. And she said, your body is actually ramping up the healing process, so it will show more inflammation, you will be detoxing, and then you will start to see the redness go down. So for some of you that may be on them and you might notice a headache or more fatigue or not feeling so hot, it's because your body's detoxing. If anyone's ever stopped eating carbs for the first time or got off of caffeine or stopped eating sugar, your body will go through a detox period. So just take note, you need to drink a lot of water. The water is what's going to help flush everything out. So these organic crystals are then put on a lattice crystal where it's kind of reflecting your body heat and it's mirroring it back into your body, and then that is when your copper peptides get turned on. Once your copper peptides get turned on and elevated, then it takes your stem cells and reactivates them to their younger version. So that's basically how it happens. There's no interactions with any drugs. There's nothing that you can worry about by wearing this patch. It's just crystals, salt, water, and amino acids. The only people that shouldn't be wearing the patch are those that are on chemotherapy, because it will detox the chemotherapy. So we tell people, finish your treatment, and then when you're done, go on the stem cell patches, activating patches, so that it will actually rejuvenate any cells that have been killed off in your body. So Lifewave has been around for over 20 years. When I had first joined the company, I don't know why this is not moving. I might need your help, Jordan. It's moving on my phone, but it's not. So the company is 19 years old, and 20 years old, when I got involved, $25 million a year is what the company was making when the stem cell activating patch came into the market. The company was making $25 million. By year 3, it's making $25 million a month. Thank you, love. So this isn't something that just came about. The company has had other patches. They were contracted by the United States government to help the Navy SEALs stay up for 72 hours. And the owner of this company, the inventor, wanted to help these guys to stay awake without any stimulants, without any drugs or amphetamines. So he developed this one patch. It was the energy patch, which I'm actually wearing. And he found that this was really working for him. Then he decided to get out of working for the government, and he started his own company, which is called Lifewave. So this patch itself has only been around for 3 years. Within the 3 years, it went from making $25 million a year to $25 million a month. And actually, by the end of this year, we are projected to make $400 million. So it's a company that's grounded, it's based. You don't have to worry that you're trying something that just was invented in someone's backyard. This guy spent 5 years and $4.5 million of his own money to research and bring this particular patch to market. And there's nothing like it out there. You can't go to, the pharmacy. You can't go to your doctor. You can go and get your own injections for $25,000 a pop, and it may not work, and there could be some contraindications, but you're not going to find this. The owner and the inventor has a patent. We own it, and the patent is still going. It was 20 years, so we still have like another 17 years left on the patent. So you're not going to find it anywhere else. It's in over 7,500 countries, right? 75 countries, I should say. So this is the man. This is David Schmidt. He's an amazing inventor. He is a godly man. He basically said that this patch came to him because he always puts his energy out to the divine guidance. And he always says, if there's something that I need to know or I need to learn, please let me be open to it. And he says he gets divine intervention from God, and he's the one that gives him the knowledge, and he came up with all these inventions through just putting it out there because he's very, very spiritual. So like I said, he has patent on this, but he has 130 total patents. Actually, he said he stopped counting at 130. I think he has more than that. He's a 2-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. That's huge. And the man is very humble. He's a wonderful person. These patches were supposed to go for over $300 a pop. You get 30 patches in a month's supply. So it comes in here, and then your patches, you all saw what they look like. They come in here. He was supposed to charge $300 for that. That's what all the doctors, other inventors told him that's what it's worth. He said, I want the average person, I want everybody who needs this to be able to afford this patch. So they're only $100 plus tax and shipping. Where can you get age reversal for $3 to $4 a day, depending on what package you buy? Nowhere. There's nothing out there on the market in the regenerative health space that's reversing your age. There are things that will slow down your age. You can put stuff on your skin, you can take supplements. This is the only age reversal technology out there, and this man has really done a number. There's something else that's supposedly coming in the pipeline that we're going to find out about probably by the end of the year that's going to blow this away, so I'm really excited to hear about that. So the patent, that was huge for me because I wanted to know that this is something, a company that's grounded and rooted, and it's not going to be, there's not going to be any other competition. So I'm sure we all in life have been approached by friends and family to try this product, to try this company, weight loss, collagen, CBD, coffee, weight loss coffee. I have tried a CBD because I believed at the time when my niece was very sick with cancer that maybe this was going to help her. CBD doesn't even scratch the surface compared to this. And the CBD company, which is huge, the CBD arena or technology is actually only going to hit $75 billion in the next 3 to 5 years. Stem cell is going to hit $300 billion in the next 3 to 5 years. So this is where the market is going. I do know people that are getting stem cell injections. Some of them say it does work, but they're spending $10,000 to $25,000 a shot. So we're not looking at a Me Too product. We're looking at one of its own. So what are you going to see when you start using this? There's a lot of different things that occur with people that I give the patch to. Everybody's hardwired differently. So what may happen with me may not happen with you. You may notice it later on. So you can see rapid pain relief, which is what I noticed right away, reduced inflammatory response, support wound healing, which I noticed with my C-section scar, and we do have some other testimonials for that. Energy and vitality, which is huge, we all need that. Mental clarity, enhanced sports performance. I can attest to that. When I work out, I don't get sore anymore, and I can work out super hard now without feeling fatigued. Faster recovery from exercise and improved appearance of skin. So the long-term effects of wearing the X39 patch. Within the first few days, 4,000 of your genes will reset. So what does that mean? If you have, let's say, some sort of autoimmune disease that's wreaking havoc on your body, some of those genes are not working properly, they're not dividing properly. X39 stem cell activation patch will actually, they're pluripotent. So these stem cells will know where to go, where the inflammation is, what part of your body and your cells are not working properly, and it will go to your most inflamed spot first and reactivate that stem cell. So that's amazing. Within 6 weeks, your brain will become balanced. So that's why people are noticing more mental clarity. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. So you really need to give it an honest 3-month try in order to see the true results. We really suggest a month for every decade of life. So I noticed my biggest changes at month 3, but at month 4, I know when I go back for my thermography, everything is going to be back to where it should be. So within 6 months, this is huge, and this is why we really would like everybody to do at least 6 months. Your heart reverses in age. So in a recent study, 14 out of 15 participants lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years after wearing it just for 6 months. That's huge. So this is the website where you can find any information if you want to make note of it. It's startx39.com. So you go to this website, you can look up patents. You can look up double-blind placebo studies. I don't know anybody, if any of you know what it's like to get a patent. You really have to go through a lot of studies, you have to spend a lot of money, and you have to prove that your product works. If your product works, you're not getting a patent. You're not getting 1 patent. You're certainly not getting 130 patents. He has had so much backlash from so many people that are telling him, you messed up this study, redo that study. So he went and got 130 patents to say, look, you can't deny this product is working. It's changing lives. It's reversing age, and it's taking inflammation away. It's getting people off blood pressure medication. It's taking people who have had brain injuries and awakening their brains. It's creating new neurological pathways in people who have had brain injury. And I'm going to state this because we need to state this. This patch does not treat, cure, or mitigate any disease. All it's doing is turning on your own body's healing mechanism, which God gave us, and it's realigning your body back to homeostasis. So your body is doing what it's supposed to do. So how do you wear the X39 patch? I told most of you, put it on the back of your neck. You can also wear it underneath the belly button. Those are the 2 places they did the studies. So you don't necessarily have to wear them there, but they did the studies to keep it consistent. And I tell people, put it wherever your most pain is. So if it's in your elbow and your back, place it where you feel the most pain. That's how most people are noticing the biggest difference. I do also ask people to rotate it every once in a while because your acupuncture spots may get fatigued, or you may notice the skin is getting a little bit dry. That means you have to move on to another spot just to give that spot rest. Why do we take it off for 12 hours? Your body needs that rest and rejuvenation time. So just like when you're drinking coffee and you no longer feel the effects of the coffee because your body's used to it, that's what would happen if you wore this for 24/7, day in and day out. You need to take the patch off to give your body that time to rest. And big thing, drink lots of water. You have to flush everything out. If you don't drink the water, you're gonna feel the detoxing effects even more so. So I am gonna actually talk about the business aspect, but before I do that, I am gonna have I'm gonna do one more slide, and then I am gonna have people come up and do testimonials. So the stem cell therapy is becoming more popular. If you read a book by Tony Robbins, he talks about how stem cell injections have changed his life tremendously. I wonder if we can get Tony involved in this. That would be amazing. The stem cell industry is expected to explode from 200 million to 300 billion. So you are looking at a huge market right now. Now, before we get into the next point, I'm going to have some people come up and do some testimonials. So, Dale, do you want to start?
Sure.
Thank you. This is my dear friend Dale, and she started doing the patches 3 weeks ago.
This is my 4th week.
This is your 4th week.
So Michelle was at my house last Friday. I had about 10 girls come over, and I was wearing a dress. And I said to my friend, oh, you know what, I forgot to tell you, like, I had this scar, I totally forgot about it. I was shaving my leg in the shower, and I always had to be really careful of it. It's almost gone. You can't even see it anymore. It was a huge, like, a big gouge in the back of my leg, gone. I have asthma really bad since I'm 3. I don't use my inhaler in the last 3 weeks. Haven't used it once.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
haven't used it
awesome.
once. And I told Michelle, you know, she told me about the patch. I'm like, just give it to me, Michelle. Whatever you said, it's fine. I'll do it. It's okay. It's okay. I'll do it.
She's easy.
I am.
I am going to call my mom, my beautiful mother, up to do her testimonial. She's wonderful. She supports me in everything I do, and she is not one to mince words. If something works, she will say it. If something doesn't work, she will also say that. Mom, you on the floor?
Hi, I'm Nancy. I'm Michelle's mom. I've been using the patch probably for about 7 or 8 months now, I guess. And about a year or so ago, I had a second meniscus surgery on my right knee, and the orthopedic doctor wanted to replace my knee. He felt that I needed a knee replacement. P.S. After using the patches, I have no more knee pain. I can walk up and down the stairs without any kind of problems, which is great. There were a couple of other things too.
The medication.
Oh yeah. I've had some tragedies in my life, and I've been on antidepressants for many years. Plus there's a history of depression in my family. And at one point I was taking 2 different medications because the one medication wasn't enough and they had to boost it. About 3 months ago, I got rid of the secondary medication, and about a month ago, I lowered the dose on my first medication, and I'm feeling great. In fact, I would love to get off the medication. I'm heading in that direction. And my blood pressure, I'm years old, and blood pressure is always a problem as we get up there, and my blood pressure, I was taking it every day for a while because for a while my doctor was concerned, but 117 over 76, 112 over 82, it's perfect. I'm not even worried about it, and neither is my doctor, so that's been great.
Thank you, Mom. You're welcome. It's amazing because I'm starting to see my mom back to the person that she always was. When you're on medication, sometimes, you know, it takes away the, sorry, I don't know why I'm crying. It takes away the emotion, and sometimes my mom lost her emotion in life because she's been on antidepressants. She's had some terrible tragedies. So now I feel like I'm getting my mom back again. So I'm like, you know, the patches for me not only changed my life, but it's changing her life as well. Mary, would you like to come up and tell your testimony?
Okay. I'm trying to remember all my stories. So I started, I feel like the year.
It's
10 months?
It's 10 months, I think. Yeah. 9-10 months.
So I'm one of those fast recovery people. I started the patches because I had severe pain in my shoulder from a frozen shoulder from 10 years ago from carrying too many textbooks. And I spent a lot of money on massage, chiropractic, orthopedic surgeons. I used the patch, and within a week I remember calling you saying, cannot believe this. But my shoulder pain is gone since then. That's one thing. Number two, I feel like there's skin changes for me.
I will show her before and after
Physiological
picture.
skin changes. And number three, the endurance level. I've always worked out, but I just planned a walk. I'm going to walk a pilgrimage in Europe for 100 miles. And I think the endurance factor, I think the motivational and endurance factor, like working out just seems so much easier.
Yes,
So there's nothing I changed other than the patch.
it's amazing. When you guys see her before and after picture of her skin,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, there's something with the skin. I have no idea why.
It's the collagen rebuilding,
collagen. And the
Yep.
third thing is I'm wearing the 49
X49.
because I had read the research about the osteoporosis.
Yes.
So I have no idea yet, but I have pretty severe osteoporosis. So I'm going to get some lab work done in a month from now.
So you're going to do another test.
So I'll let you know. That's it.
Thank you. And Jackie, we're going to have you, and then Ron, you're going to be next after this.
Okay. Michelle touched on rejuvenating and turning the heart back to a younger function. My father, 2 years ago, we almost lost him, and he actually went to last rites at the hospital. And they had found out that he had 7 blockages in his heart, and 5 of them were in the major chamber of the heart. So, had a great surgeon. He did the work. He fixed 5 of the arteries, and he said, you have 2 up in the left side. He said, they're not crucial. Give him 6 months to a year. Have him come back, and we'll get him in overnight, and he can go home. So time went on, and I was out with my parents at Christmas time, and I said, Dad, did you ever go back to the surgeon? He goes, no. I said, you were supposed to go. He says, I completely forgot about it. Now, he's been wearing the patch. I got him on it last August. He went to the surgeon about a month ago. Surgeon runs all the tests. He's looking at everything, and he says, John, we don't have to do those 2 arteries. They're clean. He says, I could take you off your blood pressure, drop it down. I can drop your sugar. And there was another heart medication, dropped him all the way half down. And he says, you're going to live about another 10 years. My dad just turned 92 last week.
Wow. Tell him about the shrapnel, too.
And he fought in the Korean War. And he was in a situation on a hill where a grenade landed next to him. It exploded, and he received shrapnel up the left side of his body and his leg, which he still has today, all the way up through here, and you could see all the indentation in the back of his neck. So my mother started noticing he was getting these like little explosions coming out of all the area, and the doctors didn't know what they were. Right away, people think, well, cancer. So they went in and they pulled it out. It was all these strange little pieces of chemical that hardened, and little pieces and fibers. The patch pushed out that shrapnel, started pushing out the shrapnel. So now his skin is a little bit smoother. And he was having a little cognitive dysfunction. Much better. Much better. And I wanted to... Can you put that thing up about the
yes.
Yeah. And I've been doing the patch for approximately a year now. This patch, you're receiving energy work. So you're revved up. I'm an energy worker. I'm a holistic therapist, so I work with cellular memory and vibrational. So I gravitated to this when Michelle told me about it. This is all quantum science. This is the way healthcare is going to be going in the next couple of years. You're going to be hearing a lot about it. So when you're on the patch, you notice that Michelle talked about it's a detox. You have to drink the water. So I had discussed this in a couple past meetings, and I wanted to show you the human factor, the life factor, nature, and the science of the X39. So the past few years, we've been going through some crazy times. In the beginning of that first year, everybody was in the house. We were all hibernating, okay? We have an ocean, all right? Seawater. Your blood is 95% seawater. You match the ocean, okay? So what happened during that time? Nobody was out on their boats. Nobody was on the beach. You know, no trash was being dumped like it used to be. The ocean started to heal itself. We gave the ocean a break. Water is fantastic because the way it filters itself naturally. Mother Nature and God did a great job with that, okay? Sea life came back. More whales, more dolphin, more fishing, seabirds, more shells on the ocean. Okay, your body matches the ocean. And we're all made up of the same thing: minerals, amino acids, salt, and water, okay? All natural. So, I'm gonna lose track of my track, what I'm saying here.
Water, drinking water.
So, you have to drink a lot of water. You have to drink it. Because when you drink the water, the detoxing really works. You flush that all out of your system.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of people who are on the patch, and they said, hey, I started to urinate black. Okay, so you're pushing out the heavy metals. That's what you want. We get heavy metals from everything, from the environment, from foods, food coloring, petrochemicals, titanium in food, additives, derivatives, and medications, things that are administered. We don't know this, and we're walking through life, and that eventually leads to things like Alzheimer's, dementia, autoimmune diseases, and things that, and cancers off the charts. You're seeing it more and more than you've ever seen before. So, if you give the body what it needs, like the ocean, it will heal itself. You wear the patch and you drink the water. Your urine color should be clear, right up in here. You can barely see it clear. Mine's clear because I drink the water. You're still safe here. But when you start getting down into these colors, you're getting into the stages of dehydration, okay? When you're drinking fluids, whether you're drinking tea or coffee, and everybody will say, oh yeah, there's water in that. Tea and coffee are dehydrating, beverages. So you're really spinning your wheels. So you really have to drink the water in order to help push the toxins out. And then I've heard a lot of people say, well, I don't want to drink any water at night. It really is important if you have a glass of water before you go to bed. Here's why. You have your kidneys who are a filtration system, and your kidney is the driver of your heart. Okay? So you have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, because you want your heart to be at optimum rate. And then you are enabling the X39 to do its job, to push out the toxins. So it's a win-win all the way around. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ron is on Di's team. Di signed me up and signed up Ron. And
Yes, our mutual friend told us the same thing, and we both listened, thank God. I was not a one-patch wonder, it took me two. If you could tell, I'm a little bit tall, so I still play a lot of basketball. I just turned 60 a few days ago. Thank you, but really I'm 52 now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I actually could not, and this was a big thing for me. My whole problem all my life is I was accident prone. My mother called me the Band-Aid kid, so every time she turned around, she was putting a Band-Aid on me. I was getting stitches. I've blown myself up with a truck tire. I've been run over by a car on a moped. However, I firmly believe what does not kill us makes us stronger. The big thing for me is everything pretty much, all the accidents were on my right leg, so my left knee was taking the brunt of my body weight for a long time. Orthopedic doctor told me, because I had told him I was having a lot of pain in my left knee, I'm hobbling through basketball games, but I'm still playing ball with 20 and 30 and 40-year-old guys. But that's who we are, the weekend warriors, or it's Monday and Tuesday nights too. But the fact of the matter is, my left knee had a lot of pain, and for me, I could not do this 7 months ago. Di told me about the. Our mutual friend Diana told me about the patches. We were down in Atlantic City, and that day, I was in excruciating pain. But again, working through it. We had a meeting not long after that. That's when I met Michele, and I signed up. Michele was kind enough to give me some patches the following day. Within 2 days, my knee cracked like 3 times. It was a Saturday night, and I have had no knee pain. And I'm playing basketball twice as much. I'm still playing like 4 days. I'm back to playing about 4 days a week. So again, very competitively and with much younger people. So I've become the old guy on the court. So, which I have no problem with, because I'm still competitive, and again, that's who we are. So this patch has been a blessing for me, for many. My younger son is 29. He has degeneration in his back. He's been wearing the patches as well and experiencing great results. I've gotten probably about a dozen of my basketball guys on the patches, and they love it. It's the competitive edge that we need. So if you do anything athletic, it's a must.
Yeah.
Just breathing. As long as you're breathing, you really need this patch, because everybody in the room has stem cells. We all have stem cells, and it just is something that you have to experience. And like Michele said, it works differently for everybody. So everybody's body is different, and everybody's needs are different. I firmly believe if you're a smoker, it'll probably go to your lungs first. If you have diabetes, it's going to take care of that. The testimonies that we hear on a daily basis, some of them will just bring tears to your eyes. It has for me. So the things that it's doing for people is absolutely incredible. And again, we have no competition. So there's just nothing out there like it. And David Schmidt is a genius.
It really is.
So, yeah.
Thank you. Ron's the man. So how do you get this patch? You basically can sign up as a preferred customer, which we don't normally recommend, because what happens when you use something that you really like? You share it. Dale and I had this conversation last time she was here.
What did I tell you, Michele? I am not selling anything. I do this all day long at work.
I'm not
doing
selling.
it.
I'm not. I'll
She
put
goes,
the-
okay, just get 5 packs. I'm like,
Just-
fine, give
just
it
get
to me.
them.
Okay.
She did not want to any part of it. She just wanted to use it, and
Yeah.
then she said, "Just sign up everybody underneath you. You take the
I
the
go,
credit.
you do it, Michele. I'm not doing this.
I'm not doing it." And I said, "Well, in a year from now, nobody knows about it in New Jersey. You're not going to hear really anybody. It's big in Florida and California, which is where most things get big. In a year from now, you will hear about it more, and Dale will kick herself for giving me all her people, because it's going to probably replace mine and my husband's income. So Dale now has people underneath her because I pushed her to do it, and she is talking about it left and right. So you never discount anybody, and you never say I'm not going to share it with anybody, because when you feel something and you have a change in 3 weeks, where this scar that she's had,
It wasn't a scar.
it was an indent, it was a hole in her leg. It goes away. It does make you want to share it with other people, just like when you go out to a restaurant, you share it with your friends. So we don't necessarily tell everybody to go on a preferred customer, because you cannot get your product back for free. So if you sign up, all you really have to do is you can either go in at 1 pack, which again we don't recommend, because you need to at least give it 3 months of a try. So we tell everybody to get in on a silver. You get 3 months to try it out, and then you go on an auto ship every month. And when you do that, you have, this would be you. You can tell 4 people. When you tell 4 people, you're getting your product for free, basically at that point. We get 2 people on your right, 2 people on your left, a silver or above, gets you to a manager, and that's all you have to do in this business is to create managers, and that's pretty much it. Where you really make the money is the check matching bonuses. So if I were to cycle over and over and over again, I can make up to $25,000 a week. That's where you max out. I do have a friend who came on a Zoom last time who was making $25,000 a week in this company, and that's only one way of getting paid. This next way, everybody he signs up, he gets 25% of their pay, everybody they sign up, he gets 20% of their pay, and anybody those people sign up, he gets 20% of their pay. So he's been in this business for 11 months, right? He's making well over $1 million just from this one little patch. So basically, this is a fast-growing industry. It's the only industry, if you want to get in, like who didn't want to, during a time in our lives that we're in a recession, so who doesn't need extra money? So if it's something that you really want to try for yourself, you're going to want to share it. We will teach you how to do that. That's what this business is about. It's about networking, getting friends together, showing them how this business works, and you invite some people to either a meeting here or at their home, and you share it with your friends and family. And that's all I'm doing, and I feel so blessed. My life has completely changed from this little tiny Band-Aid that I put on the back of my neck. And I'm gonna never go off of it. I tell everybody I'm gonna be the youngest 80-year-old out there. You're gonna see me on the street and say, there's no way she's 80. I'm gonna go through really quick a couple of quick testimonials. So this is our beautiful friend Mary. Look at what she looked like before the patch, and look at her now. You saw her speak. That's a real picture. Her neck has changed, her eyes have changed. Unbelievable. This is a 70-year-old woman. I was on the Zoom call where she was talking. They had her before picture, and I took a screenshot of her while she was on the screen, and that's unbelievable. The wound healing is pretty incredible. This man had heart surgery. This is how he healed within a year without the X39. He put X39 on his scar, and within a month it was almost completely gone. This poor young man was going for an interview, a job interview, and he wound up kissing a rock while he was snowboarding, and he didn't know what he was going to do showing up to the interview looking like that. Within 5 days, he was completely healed. This lady, actually I'll go down, there's a better picture of her. She was on it for a year. She looks 20 years younger from when she first started. So that's why we say you don't want to just try it for 3 months or 6 months. It just keeps regenerating all of your stem cells. A friend of ours, my friend's husband, had brain cancer. The doctor said they'd never seen any scar heal that fast. It was only a month. It's completely almost gone. This man had vitiligo, which is an autoimmune disease. They take heavy pharmaceuticals with lots of side effects in order to get your skin to somewhat go back to normal. This is 3 months of just wearing X39. It's almost completely gone. I'll show you a better picture. This is what it looked like before, and this is after. You guys can see that. A friend of Jackie's, she wound up getting
Bell's palsy.
from something that was injected in her, and she wore glasses all the time, and half of her face was down here. Within a few days, you can see her mouth was straight, but her eye was still a little droopy, and it was about a week later that went back to normal.
After she had it for months.
She had the Bell's palsy for months, but within a week it
Yep, a week. She got to
straightened
that
itself
point.
out. This is a woman that went on, she's 63 years old. You can see that her hyperpigmentation is gone, her hair is going back to its original color, and her wrinkles have softened. We have, if anybody has varicose veins, this is 8 days. 86-year-old woman. You can see her legs are purple, and this is just only 8 days. Here's another one. It's hard to see with the lighting, but you can see the veins all over. This is 30 days, so it's almost completely gone. And here's one more. This large vein right here, gone. I did want to show you spine injuries. So this is stenosis. You can see it's getting pinched. it's now straight from November of 2018 to April. So April of 2020, this is the difference in the x-ray. So like I said, you don't want to just do it for 3 months. You really want to stay on it because it is going to go from one inflammatory response to another, and you don't know where it's going to go. So this person could have had lung issues, but it went to the spine. So now, obviously, they're not having any pinched nerves, not having any aches and pains. You can't make that up. Your body doesn't just naturally go back to where it's supposed to do. Your bone structures don't naturally do that on its own. This is a picture of my C-section scar. That used to be purple and indented, and now it's flat, and you can just see a little white line. One more. This lady's neck. You can see there, she's several layers, and each picture, now you can see like where the chin line is and all of the layers are gone. This is not injections, this is not, Photoshop, this is the real deal. One more, this lady's scoliosis straightened out. Again, you can't make that up. So this is just some of the things that you will find with this amazing patch. I am here to answer any questions. If anybody has any questions, please ask away. If anyone has any concerns, please ask away. There's nothing to be afraid of with this patch. It's just turning back time and bringing your body back to homeostasis where God intended it to be. So your body is healing itself. The patch is not healing it for you. The patch is bringing your body to where your stem cells are supposed to be. So thank you for listening. I
And
really
it puts
appreciate
nothing
it.
in or through your body, which is...
Nothing,
yeah.
it's non-transdermal, so nothing
Correct.
goes in or through your body. So if anybody is allergic to latex, you can place the patch on the inside of your shirt. Your body heat will still activate the patch, and you will still get the same effects. I've put it on my cat on the inside of her collar, and it's done wonders. So just a quick little dog who had cataract after wearing the patch, you can see it fixed itself. So it's not just for adults. Children who have ADD and autism are seeing huge, huge results. Jackie has a friend.
I have a colleague and a friend, and her son is 16 years old, ADD, and he was very interested because he didn't want to be on his medication anymore. So she gave him the patch. 3 weeks in, he started to forget his medication, and he felt terrific, and they are now working on getting him off the meds.
So there you have it. Thank you guys so much. I have some extra patches. Don't necessarily have any to sell. So if anybody does want to order some, we have sign-in sheets down at the table where my beautiful mother's sitting. And all you have to do is give your name, your address, and your credit card information, and you can sign up. Or you can go to the person that invited you, and you can have them help you sign up. But like I said, I'm here to help if anybody wants my information. You can take my cell phone number. Sign me up, sign me up. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out.
When you order, how quick do they get to you?
Usually 7 to 10 days, depending, because the post office can kind of be slow. So, Dale, you don't happen to have any more, right?
I sold them all.
Yeah, they're all gone.
They're all
We
gone.
should have done the diamond pack.
I sold them all.
And you can always upgrade as well, so you can come in at a lower level and you can always
You can
upgrade, you
always
just pay the
upgrade.
difference and
Yes.
you're,
No,
but I
you're
want
good to
another
go.
one on tomorrow, and I
You want it like right now, right? Yeah. Okay.
can't.
That, and there is another, we call them booster patches, one that's called Aeon, that can be used with the X39. So it's just an extra added to help with the inflammation and to get your body balanced more. But I really just leave with the X39 because it does everything. Before X39 came out, people were using all the other patches, so it's really up to you, but it is the Aeon patch that they added with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was like the same.
Sometimes people double up. I have done that before, and you will get more of an effect, but you do get about 80% from one patch and maybe 20% from the second. So I find it's not worth to use the second patch for just the 20%. So.
So